the framing part of the direction edges. I'm doing a couple of more things with this painting. Remember that we're working on ways of changing the frame through which we are seeing a problem or a situation. So the first thing I would like to do is either individually or choose music, soundtrack that probably thing should be seen in the okay? Music can be of any kind. It doesn't have to be classic or rock or all or rap, hip hop, whatever it is. But you have to think of the way in which different music will change the perception of what you have. Okay? Or what you want them to see. To this frame. Okay? Anyway, as a way of keeping the frame of seeing. Right? You have a computer or a phone music something? You want to sing for us? You don't have anything? Okay, so 3 minutes to choose. Can someone sing? Or dance? Oh. You know dance? Okay, ideas for music. Okay? Let's try.
Okay, who is ready to show? Okay, we have
one first here. If this sounds. But look at this. Okay. Why?
Well, it's got like levels to it. It's like can be sinister but kind of calming. I think it shows the layers.
It
Okay.
also feels like it fits. Like it's classical for music, and the scenery is, like Victorian and everything. So something to be able to compete really well.
Okay. More interpretations, musical interpretations of the painting. You don't have to say anything, just show the music. Play it. Thank you, Sunny.
When I drove out by the schedules.
Do you have some? Do you have
Can you play it?
yeah.
Sing it.
Sing it.
No, that's So it's about like what a girl wants to be when she grows up.
Okay.
Like glamour. You'll see it in the
So you okay.
advertisement on YouTube. How they get through this.
So you're seeing through her.
Yes.
Okay.
This is like what she's thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quite a change from here.
So you got the idea?
Yeah, I got it. I got it. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Good, good. One more.
I'll play it like from a little bit in. Alright.
Okay.
So it's like a lot more sinister, obviously, than the one before. But we're kind of like taking a look at it from this point of view of the man standing in the doorway.
Okay.
Kind of like breathing on her. Also, that figure off to the right looks kind of disformed and a little sinister as well. So it's just, if you've seen The Social Network, this is from the scene where the twins are rowing. So there's a lot going on within that scene, and it's like quick cuts. So I'm kind of like also looking at it from the point of view of like the girl with like all that stuff going on around her, like people prepping her, people are like painting her, like people have like that kind of sense of confusion.
Okay, the rhythm, the pace of the music accelerates,
Yeah.
isn't it? Goes faster and faster. Yeah, yeah. That's interesting. We're gonna watch a video later on of a reenactment of this in video, and you can play it at different speeds. Okay. So, 2. Okay. Go.
I was gonna say Fat Bottom Girls by Queen for all their dresses.
Okay. Can we?
Their dresses, they're fat bottom. That's all. That's the story.
Okay.
Okay, mine's Express Yourself by Charles. But it's because like we're kind of like looking for our reaction to the painting, like the whole thing on the reflections and whatever.
Yeah.
And also it's, I mean, well, I can play it right now, but because like it involves kids, and I mean like I guess the two girls on the left, on the right, and the dog, like they look like they're about to play or something like that. Right, so it could be.
Whatever you do.
Okay. One more? No? Okay, let's do a democratic exercise. Who votes for the first soundtrack?
What was the song? Play it again.
Okay. It was here. Can you put it in there?
Yeah, it won't be as loud.
Okay. Okay, votes for this. 1, 2, 3. I guess you vote for it yourself. Okay, 3 votes. Second. Ha ha ha. 3, 4. 4. Okay, and okay, so it's 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Next. Wow, that was really popular. Social Network. Okay. We didn't hear it. Okay. And this one here? You wouldn't vote. Okay, good. Now, if we are expanding the way in which we're looking at the painting and adding frames, new frames to the way we want to see. Now, let's do 2 things. What is it that you think there is outside, in physical terms, the space outside this room? What is it that you can imagine around outside the room? And the second thing has to do with what's going on before and after the painting. Keep in mind that this is an instant. What the painter is capturing here is just a second, like in any painting of this kind, like a photograph. So what's before and what's after? Okay? Any ideas about the space? Remember that we have talked about light coming from the side. There are windows here. There is something here. There is something in front of the painter, in front of the scene that we are seeing. So what's beyond this room? How would you try to expand the space to create new frames of vision? Yanni.
I think outside, to the right, there's probably at ground level.
Okay.
The way the sun's coming from the top, diagonally, and I bet it's like just green field and a bunch of forest. They probably got a huge driveway kind of thing set up. It's like a castle or something.
Okay, so it was originally a palace in a new park. The park is now in the middle of Madrid, but in that time it was in the outskirts. So completely parks and mountains and hills and hunting grounds and all those things. So it could be a courtyard or some kind of open space there.
I was going to say a window that you could actually see through.
In there?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
at the back by the picture or the
This
that
one?
you could actually see through, like beside the door or something.
Here,
If there's a window, like
behind, yeah. And what's behind the window?
it's
What?
like pastures, open pastures or something.
Okay, but think that we're in a palace, so there should be other rooms around as well. Probably here, and probably going out there, there's the open space you're talking about. But what else is there in there? Sunny?
I was going to say if we saw more of what was implied, to see there are more people in the room with the lectures.
Okay. Could be more people here watching from this side to the scene that we're seeing. Okay, any other ideas? What's going on in temporal terms? That's even more determining in how you interpret the painting, not as much as what is it that you are seeing now, or how you interpret what you are seeing, but what was going on there for these people to start like that, to stop like that in that moment.
It seems like an important day, just because the girl who's literally the main focus of the picture is just well dressed, and just the focus of the picture is around her somehow. I don't know.
So you imagine the space like a party taking place, or some kind of games, or even in physical terms. What is it that you would describe? If you were the director of a film, and you have to decide how to shoot the next scene.
It'd be a birthday party.
Okay. Okay.
And the particular moment that I was sort of in like when you catch your eye and you catch someone that is not
Okay. Okay. Let's see what an American artist thinks about these moments before and after. We're talking about Yves Sussman, who shot a very short film called 89 Seconds at the Alcázar. The Alcázar is the name of the palace at that time. And this video was shown at the MoMA in New York, at the National Art Gallery here in Ottawa, and many other places. Okay? So let's see if we agree or not with her interpretation. worry about the quality. But it's really difficult to find better things of this. The idea here is normally, at least my original trend was to think that what we are seeing in the painting is the final moment of something. It's like the end of a story. We're seeing that and we are interpreting everything from the end backwards. Think that in most cases that's what we have been doing when we have thought about this character or this part of the room or whatever. Our framing was always to do it backwards from the end, which is a normal way of interpreting things. Create a story from the consequences that we see. But one of the interesting things of this video, of the original video, is that she thinks of the moment as just something in the middle of a flow of time. Okay? And that somehow is completely capricious whether or not Velázquez chose that very moment. There is a story before and there is a story later. And when you move that exact moment that we are seeing in the time bar, the interpretation changes completely. Okay? Again, it's another way of changing the frame of any problem or any kind of product that you are involved with. So move it in time and think of how this would change the complete story that you are trying to tell when you move the time bar. Okay? Now we're going to move into the connecting part that we talked about the other day. We have been framing, now we are connecting, and if we have time, we'll do the brainstorming later in the class. Connecting means many things, but basically it's putting together concepts or objects, or concepts and objects that are apparently unrelated. Okay? So it's based a lot on the idea of building things with things from different backgrounds and getting new meaning out of those connections. Okay? So for instance, if we're talking about a painting, these are paintings by Arcimboldo, a 16th century Italian painter who liked a lot to work with portraits, like the portraits we have seen in the other one, but related to food. Okay? So what we want to do, following this example, this is another case, one of those dead natures that are so pervasive in 17th and 18th century art history. What we're going to do is, first, before we go into here, get mentally an object or a piece of an object, a physical material thing that it was in the original painting, in the painting by Velázquez. The brush, a piece of wood, a door, a textile, whatever you want, okay? Can you do that? Pick up one object or a piece of an object. Okay, now you're going to use, with your partner in crime sitting with you, you're going to use that object to invent a new utensil, okay? That utensil, we have to use it in the kitchen to eat somehow, okay? And you can mix it with anything that you would normally find in a kitchen, okay? You're looking like this guy went completely. An object from the painting, physical, that you're going to combine to create a new object, and you can give it the utility that you want.
Sorry, from which painting?
From Velázquez, from the former one, from the large one with the maids of honor and all that. Okay, I can show it again. Okay, this one here. Get an object and mix it up with something else from a normal kitchen and create something that you will use in a table to eat, to cook, to do something. Okay? Come on. If you have a paper and you are able to draw something, that's much better. You are not eating the thing, okay? You're jumping around on potatoes. Like, you know how wise
Do you have something?
Yeah, or tomatoes.
No, you Serena, you have to use that.
Oh no, you have to think about tomatoes. A sheet over it. That's still can't touch it. So you still applies the vegetable water on top of it, but then it is like
Are you thinking and designing? Do you have something already?
So it has to be a utensil, or it could be like a kitchen item.
A KitchenAid, yeah.
Okay.
But you are not supposed to eat the thing that you are designing.
Yeah.
Okay? Because someone there was trying to eat the dog or something.
Do you mean like they meld together, like the baby, or like what?
Which one, sorry?
Like, do the object from the painting and the kitchen object, are they like literally like get a glue gun and stick them together, or can we like kind of combine them scientifically?
Scientifically, you mean?
Like the texture from one thing plus a spoon.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't know what you need.
That's an interesting.
That's really interesting. It's very creative. Yeah. Okay, who's got a new utensil to sell to IKEA or someone? Yanni.
Like that round door.
Okay, to see the mental process, tell us what you pick up, what you use from your imagination, and.
I picked up a doorknob from the painting.
Okay, a doorknob.
A round one, and I thought if it had a flat bottom, that it could be a salt shaker.
Okay, good. We'll work on that.
Okay, so we took the dog and
Oh my God. The Humane Society of Canada.
And we took saran wrap from the kitchen and wrapped the dog. And you know those like winemakers where you can crush grapes? So you're gonna have it wrapped, but then crushed tomatoes, and it's a way of making tomato sauce.
Who wants to come to dinner with him?
Saran wrap.
It's gonna be spaghetti and tomato sauce. Okay, good, good, good. Who else? This side.
We had trouble with ours. Our ideas just got too creative and just outside the realm of reality.
Doesn't matter.
Like we were talking about, you know, how could we make the dog's paw into some kind of utensil, and then we thought, you know, hygiene issues would probably never get approved by the FDA, right?
Good mental process. Okay, no, good. What else? Any other utensils? Okay.
And then we thought the painting frame as a table, and then you could use the little girl's dress as a tablecloth.
Okay, good. How would you use the brush?
Two brushes.
Two brushes. Okay, okay, good, good, good. Okay. Any other? No? Johnny?
If I can kind of go off the paper I mentioned.
Yeah, you have to build on other people's.
The paintbrush kind of split on one end, so it's toxic, and you could use the paintbrush sides to like put sauce on it and then pick it up.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay. We have a designer here, a kitchen designer. Okay, if you see any other one, if you see these inventions, they have to do with connecting different sensorial inputs and mixing them so that you get sort of surprised visually because you expect something, but the texture that you are seeing or some other aspect of the design puts you a little off. Okay, and she plays with all these ideas for a spoon or for this kind of spoon. That how would you describe that? What is it that it's in the red part? Is the spoon already full? It's coated, but still it's a spoon. This is part of the design. It's not that this voluptuous mouth is already eating something because there is food here. It's empty. It's completely empty. But the designer, it's a Korean designer, she's trying to give you the impression that is a she? Yeah, probably. The mouth is eating something already. But this is a spoon, this is a full spoon. Okay? If you change the texture here and you eliminate the mouth, the perception is completely different, because it's the mouth that is making you think through your mouth that she's eating already something. There is nothing here. This is the real spoon, the actual spoon. Okay, this is the design to make us think through, in this case, our taste. Okay, and that perception. But she does that in several occasions with this. What's in there? What's the yellow thing? What does it suggest to you? Soup? What kind of soup?
Chicken noodle.
That's the only thing you eat. Chicken noodle. What else? What else? Where are the noodles? Where's the chicken?
Apple cider.
Apple cider. No, it's fine, but keep thinking of other connections. Don't stop at the first one. Okay? Chicken noodles. What else? Yellow. What's suggesting?
Miso soup.
Miso soup. Okay. What else? With this bright color.
Apple juice.
Apple juice.
Melted butter.
Melted butter. Okay, good.
Maybe like an egg yolk. I don't know why.
Egg yolk. Liquid egg yolk. Yeah.
It's like nectar. It's like,
It's like
looks like one of those
Honey. I think that the name of this spoon in the design has to do something to do with honey coated spoon or something like that. Okay, you back?
It looks like this is sweet. I don't know. What's that fruit together? I think it's something.
Mango.
Yeah, it's a mango.
looks like a dragon fruit.
Dragon fruit, and again, look, think of the role that this produces in the whole composition. Okay, again, we are talking about something which is not there. This is just coated in the design. There is no actual food, either soup or honey or anything. It's just part of the design to provoke this kind of sensation. Let's see one more.
Material, it's not actually.
It's material. It's material. Yeah. What is this? Strawberry. But the first thing, what's the utensil?
Looks like it's tongue.
Yeah. But it's a.
Looks like lip. Bottom lip.
Ew.
Now your imagination is kicking. Keep going.
It looks like a flower house.
Like a flower?
A flower house.
Okay. What's this in here?
Strawberry.
Strawberry.
It's a round strawberry. It's definitely genetically modified.
It's yellow strawberry. Okay. Okay. Is a spoon? What is it? It's a tongue or is it a spoon? Have you
Experience.
Okay, how about this?
Like when you're making a cupcake or whatever, what the hell is that thing called? Spatula.
Spatula?
Flip, no. Like,
Mix blender?
yeah, it's a
Mixer?
Like a whisk.
Looks furry.
Okay. What is she suggesting with this? Because normally the clues come from what is outside the object. Yanni.
It needs to be cleaned. It needs to be cleaned. Like soap and dirt.
It's open dirt. You mean this is dirt?
I think that looks dirty.
Okay. Suggest dirtiness to you?
It looks like sandpaper.
Sandpaper, yeah, it's the texture.
To me, the texture looks like crumbled aluminum foil.
Yeah. It's again, yeah. Well,
It looks like there's just oatmeal left on it.
Yeah.
It's soggy
Or
oatmeal.
flowers.
Crusty oatmeal.
Cornmeal.
dirty after 3 days in the.
Yeah, exactly.
It kind of looks like coral, like corally.
Okay. Okay.
Stuck in it.
Again, it's the idea of giving a different texture to this part of the utensil. It's again, there is nothing in there except for this foam or salt or whatever it is in this spoon or knife to spread butter or something. Yeah, and it's the idea of changing the texture to give a completely different meaning to the utensil and then to the perception that we are having of the utensil. Okay, so let's do something else here. What would you serve in this kind of plate? Chicken. Fried or? Fried chicken. Soup. What kind of soup and why? What does, think of this, we have been talking about the frame and how the frame changes everything. Now the plate is the frame. So think about what is it that you can highlight here and why?
Maybe like fondue because it has like sides on the outside, or like the outskirts of the plate to catch whatever's running over.
Okay, okay, good. More ideas? Yeah.
It kind of looks like an egg to me. That it's like meant to have like a hard-boiled.
Hard-boiled egg?
Yeah, like just missing the yolk area. So it's, I don't know.
Okay.
Something like an egg.
Okay.
It looks like I'm pretty sure it's a really tall plate and it's kind of elevating the food or whatever, so maybe like a dessert or something that's like really, really high. Like
So it will grow out from here?
well, yeah, because it's like an aerial view of the plate, right?
Yeah.
That's how.
Yeah. Okay. Crystal?
Molten chocolate lava cake.
Wow. That's really specific. Phil?
It's actually a layered toilet seat.
Okay, good, good. Yeah, it's the same shape, yeah.
It'd be cool if like there was like one broth in the whole thing, and that each section had like a different food, so that the broth like ran over that fine.
It will go into the.
Like a fountain, and every level is a new flavor.
Okay.
Maybe for the bowl you don't use any utensils, like no spoon, because that part there, because it's cut off,
You can drink it like a bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. Any other ideas? No, good ideas. Yeah. How about this? A taco plate.
Is it a bendable plate or a plate that is shaped that way?
It's shaped like that way, but it's still hard. It's ceramic, yeah. So what are you able to serve here?
A carrying case for a dash down.
What's that?
Like the dog.
Uh-huh.
Like you hunt it. Serious?
Why?
The shape's just perfect.
The shape is perfect.
Some people think tacos, I think dash down.
Okay. What else? You have to either use this for the food or whatever you put in here to fall, using the shapes, or something that you can contain within this shape. So you can play both ways, okay?
Stuck to things like cannolis.
Cannolis, and you will put them, and they will fall into your. Okay. Sunny. Flowers. Okay. It's good. There are a lot of chefs now serving in high restaurants dishes of just flowers. Okay, of different tastes and different colors. So that's a dish. Yeah.
It's the holding bananas.
Holding bananas.
Yeah, it'd be really fun.
Like a serving plate more than.
Or maybe it's you want to distribute the weight, so the banana can sit at the ground and the bottom.
Okay. if you have realized, bananas are one of the most difficult objects to put in any place because of the different shapes and that they are all come together. Even in the drawers of the fridge, if you put them there, they screw everything else because you cannot use the rest of the space. So it's a really tricky shape to play with.
Outside of food, it could be like a ceramic like catcher of incense, maybe. There's like a whole.
Okay. To put another object on top of it, or
like incense, like if you burn incense, and like
already there, directly on top of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get on your table or something.
Okay. Okay.
I think like any kind of wrap, not just like burritos. Yeah, like supermarket.
Okay.
Outside of food, it could be like just old newspapers, rolled up newspapers.
Okay. Okay. Sort of a clip like that. Yeah. Yanni.
Flipped it on its side where the thumb is. Kind of set it vertically. You can do like a nut tray, and your hand can just kind of reach in and grab nuts.
Okay. Wow. Give back.
I just thought that every a perfect thing to have like rolls of bread if you're at a restaurant and like eat with like for dinner.
Okay.
You could probably stack a few of those in there.
Okay, good. For rolls of bread. Yeah. Any other idea here? How about this? Oh, sorry. You were going to say something? Crystal.
I was going to say, if you turn it upside down, it could be something like a tunnel for like a hamster or something.
That'd be cool.
This one here?
Yeah. You turn it upside down.
Okay. You would eat the hamster afterwards.
I wouldn't be served or anything.
Okay, how about this?
Some like strange delicacy, like bull's testicles or like.
Did you hear? Bull's testicles. Something delicate or.
They're delicate somewhere. I don't know.
Why? Why? Explain the reasoning.
Because it looks like pants, and you unzip them, and there you go.
I didn't know that bulls would wear pants.
People eat them.
People eat them. That's true. And they are good. They are good. What else?
It would just be something that stood on my shelf, so like for show.
Something.
It's useless.
It's useless. Nothing is useless. It has the use that you want to give it to it.
It's like that lamp that you buy that you never use.
Okay, more uses for this. More uses. What does this thing here suggest? Is this all that we are seeing?
You can maybe use it as a nutcracker. You wedge it inside and then use something to smash it.
Okay.
Beer bottle opener.
Beer bottle.
Okay.
I would think I would use it probably to put like lemons and like decorate a table with it because anything else probably spill right out of the side. So.
Okay.
Maybe you could like put something above it, and it could be like something really artsy where it spills out onto something, and then when it's done, it's like served. I don't know.
Okay. No. Good idea. Good idea. Yanni.
Maybe if the middle is like sharp, it's when you crack an egg in it and then it would kind of flow down the zipper into the bowl.
Okay. What else if it's not an egg? Like with that idea, what would you use? Remember the dishes that we were seeing the other day in the documentary? Things that had the shape of an egg, but it was not really an egg, but they would crack it and somehow. Yeah, with Parmesan. Yeah. With Parmesan, the Parmesan globe, I think they call it, or something like that.
Say that, but then the cheese would kind of fall under the bowl. And you like
another dish there. Yeah. Something else that you would put in there. How do you go from this way of thinking, just changing the frame and connecting and combining objects and building on other ideas and working with useless inventions and something that we have not done, just you get a Western dish, something that you like it, and a dish from any other culture, and we try to mix them up and see what is it that you would come up with, okay? Like lentil soup and spaghetti. What kind of dish would you create? Okay? When you do those kind of things, you combine objects or just change the frame to connect your imagination in a different way, as we do when we have changed the dishes and the shapes, and we play imaginatively with different plates, you get to some of the ideas that some of you have been getting to. This kind of thinking, just by changing the frame and a lot of work for a long period.
Fora TV, the world is thinking.
Bueno. ¿Cuál es el delante? Sí, bueno, pero este no es las técnicas. Bueno, cambiamos el tema. Pero yo digo...
We'll change the subject.
Aquí estamos viendo el famoso nitrógeno líquido.
This is famous liquid nitrogen.
Ahora Harold nos va a explicar qué es.
And Harold's now going to tell us a little bit about this.
Es un producto muy joven utilizado en la alta cocina.
It's a product used very recently in high-end cuisine.
Y que nos ha permitido hacer elaboraciones que antes eran imposibles.
And it has allowed us to create new, different elaborations.
Por ejemplo, un sorbete de alcohol.
For example, a sorbet made from alcohol.
El alcohol no congela.
Alcohol doesn't freeze.
En un congelador normal.
In our conventional freezer.
Sin embargo, a menos 196 grados que tiene el nitrógeno.
But in minus 196 degrees, which is the temperature
te permite
of
hacer
nitrogen,
un sorbete de alcohol.
This will allow you to make
En este caso es un sorbete de caipirinha.
An alcohol sorbet. In this case, we're seeing a caipirinha sorbet.
Con mucha alcohol.
With a lot of alcohol.
Como es una caipirinha.
As you would find in a caipirinha.
Este permite hacer este sorbete.
And this allows you to create this sorbet.
Esta es una de las utilidades que tiene el nitrógeno líquido.
This is one of the uses you can give to liquid nitrogen.
Ahora vamos a ver otra.
We're going to see another.
Que es la cocción en frío.
Which means cooking using freezing, by freezing.
Es un puré de pistacho.
This is a pistachio puree.
Con un poquito de agua.
With a little bit of water.
Muy simple.
It's very simple mixture.
Lo introducimos en el nitrógeno.
We dip this in the nitrogen.
Y vamos a conseguir lo que vais a ver ahora.
And we'll achieve what you will see now.
Figuraos que fuera chocolate.
Imagine it was chocolate.
Haríamos la trufa más mágica inimaginable.
You would make the most magical chocolate truffle.
Porque por un lado queda
We've got to stop you right here because it's Harold's turn. Nitrogen. You've dealt with nitrogen before, which is something that really was put on the map by Ferran. How is it being used in the service of actually eating food that we recognize? And did you learn a lot from seeing nitrogen as Ferran used it?
Well, I think this is a wonderful example along the lines of what I said about the coconut dish of something that you might classify as scientific simply because you don't find it in traditional kitchens, that in fact is being used for pretty basic, familiar, traditional sorts of ends, which is to make a delicious ice cream that you couldn't make using a standard ice cream maker because it doesn't get cold enough. All liquid nitrogen is a medium that's really, really cold. And that allows you to change the structures of foods in ways that you can't if you can only get down to the temperature of an icy, salty slush. And that was a technological development. You know, ice creams and sorbets didn't exist until the middle of the 18th or 17th centuries because no one knew how to bring the temperature of liquids below the freezing point, and you had to do that if you wanted to make something sweet. So that was a technological development in exactly the same way that this is, the difference being that you can mine salt or get it out of the sea. You have to work pretty hard to get liquid nitrogen out of the air.
Okay, we'll continue on Tuesday with the presentations. Thank you.
Please, for the submission of the assignment, send it to the same email, courses iPhone box at photoplex.ca. Okay? In the file name, please write the name of the team. The name of the team. Okay? Thank you.
Put like
Es catalán, ¿no? Adria Verano. Su acento es muy típico de ahí, de cuando habla español. ¿No? Ajá. No, porque lo escucho muy raro. A veces yo así como, así está hablando español.